God says the final 3 minutes are ticking away. A sacred letter is on its way to you, and its arrival will rewrite the very fabric of your existence. It bears astonishing tidings of a wealth inheritance, a legacy that has your name inscribed upon it. You would never imagine the source from which it comes. This is not mere stationery or common ink. This is a celestial unveiling, a divine proclamation. Do not turn away from this. You must engage with this message in this very instant. If you pause here, you could forfeit the very blessing for which you have prayed, yearned, and wept. The words etched within possess the authority to shatter shackles, swing open portals, and transform the terrain beneath your feet. You stand on the precipice of discovering something heaven has safeguarded, a treasure with your identity stamped upon it. Remain engaged until the final syllable. Your miracle hinges upon this. If you sense this is not serendipity but a divinely orchestrated encounter chosen for your eyes, then declare your affirmation by commenting "Amen" at once. This moment is no accident. It transcends a mere scroll, a casual tap, or another fleeting video. This is the intersection of heaven's clock and your destiny. God is extending his hand directly to you. He has observed your march through skirmishes, through tempests, through days when drawing breath itself felt like a struggle, let alone holding on to belief. And now, the heavens are parting. You have been singled out to receive this. A fundamental change has occurred in the spiritual realm. A release is imminent, veiled in the guise of a letter, yet it is infinitely more than that. It is an inheritance, a covenant, a prophecy inscribed with the indelible ink of eternity. God declares, "Do not treat this lightly. This is your appointed hour. This is the whisper that crescendos into a mighty roar." The adversary sought to intercept this before it could find you. That lingering delay, that creeping doubt, that encompassing darkness, all were designed to pull your focus from the very words you are now reading. But heaven holds the ultimate authority. God affirms that you will not forfeit what is rightfully yours. This inheritance was ordained for you long before the world ever spoke your name. It is not solely about currency, land, or temporal favor. It is about restoration, about your divine calling, about your true identity. If this resonates within your spirit, if you perceive that inner pull, then respond by commenting 1111. That is your marker, your validation, your accord with heaven. You may feel weary. You may feel as though nothing has fallen into place recently, yet God perceives what remains hidden from others. He sees every tear you never shed in public. He hears every silent prayer, every moment you questioned in a whisper, "God, are you still by my side?" And this letter, this heavenly communique, is his resounding answer. Yes, he remains with you. Yes, you are still held in favor. Yes, your inheritance is intact, and no power can wrest it from you. You have been undervalued, ignored, cast aside, but heaven never rejected you. In truth, God has been meticulously preparing this letter, this message, this inheritance, even during the times you were being passed over. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You were not forsaken, you were being concealed for a holy purpose. For such a time as this, you are not merely receiving an inheritance, you are stepping into perfect alignment with divine timing. Everything begins to crystallize now. The delays, the detours, the heartbreaks, all of it was sculpting you for this very instant. You had to endure what you endured to be prepared for what is now arriving. This letter, this sacred inheritance, does not originate from a legal representative, a family member, or a stranger. It comes from God himself, the author of your life, the one who knew your identity before you drew your first breath. He is summoning you by name, and he is proclaiming, "Child, what is approaching belongs to you. It has your name inscribed in heaven. No demonic force in hell can touch it. No error can annul it. No passage of time can void it. God says, 'You are mine, and what belongs to me, no one can steal.'" You may have asked, "God, why me?" But today, he answers, "Because I selected you, because I place my trust in you, because I know what I have instilled within you. You have borne burdens unseen by any eye. You have waged silent wars, and now the reward approaches. Please, if this speaks to your soul, do not depart without pausing to engage with this. That simple action is your yes in the natural realm, and heaven honors such obedience. This is your reminder that God's work is not finished, that he is the Redeemer, that what was stolen will be returned sevenfold. This inheritance encompasses healing, favor, peace, clarity, joy, and provision. You will not just receive it, you will dwell within it. You will enter spaces you never imagined, carry a peace you have never known, and impact the lives you were destined to reach. This is not the conclusion. This is a divine commencement. Comment 222 if you trust God's timing, even when it defied all logic. God is telling you it is not too late. It is not beyond repair. Even if those around you seem to have surged ahead, heaven does not operate on human chronometers. It moves on divine appointments, and yours has arrived. The angels are already mobilizing. The spiritual atmosphere is transforming. A holy acceleration is unfolding in your favor. Remain here. Do not scroll past. Do not succumb to doubt. Do not disconnect. There are still words you need to absorb, for this letter has not yet been fully opened. You have been chosen. You have been marked by heaven. You did not stumble upon this by chance. God dispatched this message as a lifeline through the clamor, exclusively for you. God declares, "This letter carries more than mere words. It carries revelation." You thought it was just another day, just another fleeting moment, but in the spirit realm, the heavens are in motion. The winds are changing direction. In this very second, angels are dispatched with your name inscribed on their scrolls. The enemy has lost his foothold. What sought to impede your inheritance has been overruled by divine authority. God says, "I have witnessed the tears, the anguish, the unanswered questions. I have heard the midnight supplications, and now I respond not with a whisper, but with a breakthrough." If you believe this is not mere coincidence but divine orchestration, then comment 333 to affirm your faith. What secret did the FBI conceal about your mind and wealth? They uncovered a phrase, just 9 words in length, that activates a mechanism in your consciousness to attract prosperity without effort. It has already transformed the lives of thousands in mere weeks. If you are viewing this, consider yourself fortunate. This page may vanish at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to uncover this secret before it is erased forever. You have not missed your chance, even when you felt left behind, even when others seemed further along. You did not miss it. God was simply preparing the ground before presenting the promise. That is why certain doors remained shut. That is why relationships ended. That is why the blessing did not arrive sooner, because your blessing is not just any blessing, it is an inheritance. It must be precise. It must be protected. It must be sealed by God. This letter was not composed in haste. It was written over the years of your suffering, your obedience, your surrender. Every time you chose praise over complaint, heaven inscribed a line. Every time you extended forgiveness despite being wounded, heaven sealed a paragraph. Every time you trusted when it made no sense, heaven signed a promise. This inheritance carries your name, your faith, your journey. God says, you are not forgotten. You are favored. Even when it felt like silence, even when it felt like punishment, it was preparation. He was stretching your faith, deepening your roots, so that when this moment arrived, you would recognize his hand and not question his heart. God did not forget what he promised you. You may have released it, but he never did. His word cannot return void. What he spoke over your life will come to pass. And this inheritance is a testament that you were never fighting for nothing. Every sacrifice had a purpose. Every delay was strategic. And now the letter has arrived. You have been waiting for a sign, for something to confirm you are not irrational for still believing. This is it. This is the moment where God says, I have not changed my mind. What I spoke over you remains firm, and I will bring it to pass in a way that will silence every doubt and every voice that spoke against you. You are about to witness what eyes have not seen. You are about to receive what ears have not heard, because God is not constrained by what limits you. He does not operate by logic. He operates by love, and his love for you is fierce, intentional, and eternal. Comment 555 if you believe his love is penning a new chapter for you. This is not the time to retreat. This is not the time to surrender. This is the moment to lean in, to trust that if God brought this message to your screen, he is not playing games. He is moving mountains, and some of those mountains are the very ones you have wept over, struggled with, and fought silently within your own heart. You are about to witness a shift that makes everything coherent, a shift that transforms suffering into strategy, a shift that converts waiting into testimony, a shift that reveals the inheritance was never denied, only delayed for divine timing. God says, your name is still on the promise. Your seat at the table is still reserved. Your crown has not been taken away. You were born for more than mere survival. You were born to carry glory, to be a light in dark places, to walk in favor that defies explanation. And this inheritance is not just for you. It is for those you are called to impact. There are lives attached to your obedience. There are breakthroughs connected to your faith. That is why the enemy fought you so fiercely. He was not after your money or your relationships. He was after your hope, your voice, your faith. Because he knew if you ever received what heaven wrote for you, it would shake the foundations of hell. But guess what? You are still here, still standing, still believing, and that makes you dangerous to the enemy. So walk boldly. This inheritance grants you access. It is the key to rooms you believed were locked. It is the authority to speak to dry bones and witness them live. It is the favor to walk through fire and emerge unscathed. Comment 1212 if you receive this divine access. God says, "My child, the letter has been sent. The scroll is open. The seal is broken. And what is inside is not just a blessing. It is your name written in my hand. It is your destiny unlocked. It is your season shifting. You did not earn it. You did not purchase it. You did not manipulate it. You were chosen for it. And now all of heaven is watching you rise, watching you believe again, watching you unwrap what has been waiting for you all along. You are entering a season of divine reversal. What was stolen will be returned. What was lost will be restored. What was broken will be rebuilt. God says, you are still in time. Even though the clock is ticking, even though the world has declared it is too late, I, the Lord, say my timing is flawless. I do not miss. I do not delay without reason. The letter you are receiving is arriving at the final 3-minute mark because I wanted to prove that I am never early, never late, but always precisely on time. You have waited, prayed, wept in silence, and asked if heaven even remembered you. Yes, I did, and this moment is the proof. If something in your heart is stirring as you read this, I urge you to comment 777 as a sign that you know this word is yours. You are not empty-handed. It may have felt like you were. The enemy may have convinced you that everything you were promised was slipping away. But I, the Lord your God, declare that nothing you were meant to receive has been stolen, only protected. I have held it in my hand, away from the schemes of the enemy, waiting until your spirit was strong enough to carry what you are about to hold. This inheritance, this breakthrough is sacred, and what is sacred must be shielded until the time is right. You have walked through fire and wondered if I was still beside you. You have faced trials and thought I had turned my face away, but I was with you the entire time, whispering, hold on, do not let go. It is coming. Now the wait is over. The gates are opening. The letter is no longer on its way. It is here. You are holding it now. And what is written inside is about to turn your entire life around. A neuroscientist confirms a 9-word script, long buried in government files, can activate a primal brainwave that draws money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal scrutiny and could disappear at any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it is gone forever. This inheritance is more than a blessing. It is a divine key. A key to unlock joy where there has been sorrow. A key to open doors no man could open. A key that will take you places you never thought you would go. This is the beginning of something far greater than you imagined, and though you may not feel qualified, I remind you that I qualify the called, and you, my child, are called. I see your heart. I know how many times you have wanted to give up. I know how often you have questioned the point of believing when everything keeps going wrong, but I want you to know that I have been keeping count. Every tear, every whispered prayer, every sleepless night, none of it was wasted. I have been building something in the background while you fought through the silence. And now what was built in secret will be revealed in glory. If this feels like confirmation to what you have been praying about, comment 999 right now. Do not let the past convince you that the future is ruined. I do not write your story based on your mistakes. I write it based on my mercy, and my mercy is new every single morning. The inheritance you are about to receive is not just physical, it is emotional, it is spiritual, it is peace you forgot existed, it is hope you thought was lost, it is joy that reaches into the broken places and mends what years have damaged. God says, I am rebuilding you from the inside out. The world saw a broken version of you, but I see the version I created, the one with purpose, power, and divine promise. And no matter how far you feel you have drifted, I have never stopped seeing you as mine. I am not counting your wrongs, I am counting your returns. Every time you came back to me, I rejoiced. Every time you whispered my name, heaven leaned in. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, not too far gone. This inheritance includes a new confidence, a new fire, a new hunger for the things of God, and with it will come clarity, You will no longer feel like you are wandering without direction. I am placing my voice in your spirit again. You will hear me in ways you forgot you could. Dreams will return. Vision will sharpen. Purpose will rise. This is the moment the enemy feared, the moment you realize you were never disqualified, the moment you finally believe that what I have written for you is still valid, still available, still waiting, and the moment you step into what has been promised. You have had seasons where everything was taken from you. People walked away, finances collapsed, health wavered, but I want you to know this is your recovery season, and not just recovery, redemption, restoration, a divine repayment. The years the locusts have eaten, I will restore. The relationships that broke you, I will heal. The opportunities you thought were lost forever, I will return them with interest. What you thought was buried will rise again. I am not just giving you your life back. I am giving you a new one. One rooted in joy, not fear. One flowing with peace, not anxiety. One where your days begin in praise and end in purpose. If your spirit is saying yes to this, just say it aloud or whisper, Lord, I receive it. The letter is open. The inheritance is real. You have entered into a divine exchange, your ashes for beauty, your mourning for joy, your fear for peace. Heaven is standing, angels are moving, and I am watching over my word to perform it. This is your moment. You are chosen, you are loved, you are covered. God says, what you are holding in this moment is not just a message, it is a release. This letter did not arrive by accident. It has traveled through spiritual realms, through storms of resistance, through attacks meant to halt your destiny, but nothing could hold it back. Why? Because this inheritance carries my promise, and my promise cannot be broken. You thought the battle was about your job, your relationship, your finances, but the enemy was not after any of that. He was after this moment. He was after this letter because he knew if it ever reached you, everything would change. If you have ever felt like your life was under attack for no reason, comment 10. That is your signal of spiritual clarity. Now hear me because I am speaking straight to your heart. You have lived through seasons that almost broke you. You have cried out asking, God, where are you? Why have you not answered? But the truth is, I was working while you were weeping. I was arranging things while you were waiting. I was holding the pen while you were holding your breath. And now the chapter you have been waiting for is beginning. This inheritance is a divine unlocking. You are about to step into rooms you were once disqualified from. You are about to receive phone calls, news, and direction that flips the very script of your life. What seemed impossible is now likely. What felt dead is breathing again. God says, you did not lose time. I was preserving you from the wrong doors, so I could open the right ones. You have not been forgotten. You have not been punished. You have been positioned. And now the positioning is manifesting in reality. People who dismissed you will soon watch what I do through you. Not for your ego, but for my glory, because I will use your story as proof that my hand still moves, my voice still speaks, and my promises still stand. You are my child, my beloved. I have called you by name. I have tattooed you on the palm of my hand. That is why no enemy could truly touch you. That is why the worst day did not finish you, because I was there whispering, hold on a little longer. This inheritance includes restoration, but it also includes revelation. I am about to show you why it had to happen the way it did. I am going to give you peace, not just through the pain, but understanding beyond it. You will say, now I see it. Now I know why it happened. Now I know why it took so long. If you believe clarity is coming, comment 1515 and get ready for answers. Could your brain be the reason you are still broke? Scientists have just confirmed that a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Speak these 9 words, and wealth will begin to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. This is not a generic blessing. It is not a recycled promise. It is a personalized divine release made just for you. That is why it did not come to everyone. That is why others seemed to move ahead while you were still waiting. Because what is coming for you required a different preparation, a different kind of fire, a different kind of faith. The letter you now hold is a turning point. You will remember this moment as the place where everything shifted. It may not all change overnight, but the shift has begun. Your feet will start walking in favor. Your mind will think in peace. Your heart will rest without fear. I am lifting burdens off of you, burdens that were never yours to carry. You were not created to be crushed. You were created to conquer. And from this point on, things will not remain the same. The inheritance will begin to show up in unexpected ways. Small signs, big confirmations, a message, a dream, a breakthrough. I will speak to you again, and you will hear me clearer than ever before. This is not hype. This is heaven. And even now, as you read this, something is shifting in your atmosphere. Do you not feel it? That sense of something awakening inside of you. That is not emotion. That is the Spirit bearing witness. That is me stirring what I planted in you long ago. You may have felt weak. You may have questioned your strength. But I say to you, you are stronger than you know because I am within you. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Let the world say what it wants. Let them doubt you, ignore you, mock you. But heaven is not confused. I know exactly who you are, and I know what I have placed inside you. That is why the inheritance is arriving now. Not because you begged, not because you earned it, but because I am faithful to finish what I started, and I started something in you long ago. If this is awakening something you thought was dead, if it is giving breath to dry bones in your life, then take a moment to be still. Listen, I am speaking. You are not the same person you were last year or even last month. This letter confirms it. You have grown, you have shifted, you have surrendered, and now heaven is honoring your process. So walk in this truth. Speak it aloud if you must. I receive this inheritance. I receive this promise. I receive this shift. The next chapters of your life will be marked by answered prayers, sudden breakthroughs, and undeniable peace. What used to confuse you will now confirm you. What used to scare you will now serve you. And what used to delay you will now launch you. God says, I am not done revealing. There is more in this letter than you expected. You thought this would be a simple message, a short moment, but heaven has opened a vault, and what is being poured out cannot be stopped. Every line of this inheritance carries weight, power, identity, calling. You are not reading this by accident. This is a divine appointment, one that was written long before you were born. And what I am about to show you next will break chains that have been in your family for generations. If you have been praying for a generational shift for yourself or your family, comment 1717 as a declaration that it stops with you and new beginnings start now. You have carried burdens that were not yours, fought battles that began before you were even old enough to understand them. But I, your God, am stepping in. I am not just giving you an inheritance. I am cutting off every generational curse that tried to stop you from receiving it. The rejection you felt as a child, the trauma you never healed from, the cycles of fear, lack, and pain, they break today. You were born to be the one who changes the story. And yes, the enemy tried everything to convince you otherwise. He whispered lies into your mind. He made you question your worth. He told you that it would never get better, that this was just your life now. But I need you to know those lies are being silenced by truth. And the truth is, I made you for more. You are not bound by what happened to you. You are not cursed by what others chose. You are redeemed. You are covered. You are rising. This inheritance is your confirmation. You have not wasted your life. I am going to use every year that felt lost, every relationship that left you empty, every moment that made you feel invisible. I will turn it into power, into wisdom, into fuel for your future. Because I do not just restore time, I redeem purpose, and what was once a wound will become your testimony. You may not feel strong, but I am your strength. You may not feel holy, but I have called you righteous. You may not feel ready, but I have already prepared the way. And soon, the very people who overlooked you will have to admit God's hand was on your life the whole time. This is the part of the letter where things begin to bloom. You will start to notice small shifts, answers where there used to be silence, peace where there used to be panic, joy in places that once held pain. Your faith is being reignited, not because of hype, but because my Spirit is breathing on you again. If you feel that fire coming back in your heart, that breath you thought was gone, just say aloud, God, I feel you again. That is me. That is my presence. You do not need a crowd. You do not need a church building. You do not need to shout. I meet you wherever you are. I step into rooms no one else would. I sit with you in silence. I walk with you through shadows, and now I celebrate with you in victory. Your life is shifting. People may think it is sudden, but you will know the truth. It has been years in the making, years of sacrifice, years of obedience, years of trusting me when it felt like nothing was moving. But behind the scenes, I was aligning every detail. Nothing was wasted, not a single day. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they are paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you are seeing this, you are lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it is deleted forever. And now the letter is fully unsealed. Heaven is watching as you step into what you did not even know was yours. No more begging, no more questioning, just receiving. Comment, Amen. If your spirit knows this was your letter from the beginning, do not rush this moment. Let it sink in. Let it heal what still hurts. Let it renew what was running on empty. Because what comes next will require your full attention, your full heart, your full yes. This is the season where you do not just hear about miracles, you live in them. Where you do not just speak about promise, you carry it. Where you do not just pray for breakthrough, you walk in it, because you did not give up, and heaven never forgot. Your name is written in places you have not seen yet. Doors are about to open that you did not knock on. People are about to bless you who do not even know why they are doing it. Because this is not about you earning anything. It is about me fulfilling everything I promised. God says, stay close now. Do not drift away. You are not just reading a letter anymore. You are stepping into the fulfillment of a prophecy spoken over your life long before you ever faced the battles, the heartbreak, or the waiting. This moment is not light. It is weighty with destiny. What you are receiving now was fought for in the Spirit. It was battled for in silence. Every obstacle, every delay, every tear had one goal, to keep this inheritance from reaching your hands. But they failed because no force in hell can cancel what I have ordained. If you have ever felt like life tried to rob you of what was yours, I want you to comment, Amen. Let that be your declaration that you are taking it back. This inheritance is not only yours, it is sacred. It is not just about blessings, it is about identity. I am not just giving you things, I am giving you back yourself, the version of you the world tried to steal, the peace the trauma took, the fire life tried to snuff out. I am restoring you to who you were always meant to be before the heartbreak, before the rejection, before the doubt and shame. That is what this letter carries. You have been walking around not realizing that you were royal, not because of status or titles, but because of lineage. You are my child, bought with blood, sealed with promise. You have access, not because you performed well, but because you belong to me. And now I am pulling you back into alignment with that truth. No more shrinking, no more questioning, no more asking, God, are you sure you meant me? Yes, I meant you. Always you. This letter is your awakening. You are not who life said you are. You are not what they labeled you. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are mine. And I am calling you higher now, not because you have to prove anything, but because I have already proven everything through my Son. Your story is not finished. In fact, it is just beginning. You have been living in the middle, the space between the promise and the fulfillment, and it felt like you were stuck. But the truth is, I was stretching you. I was deepening your roots so that when the fruit comes, it stays. I was not punishing you with the process. I was protecting the promise. And now the process is complete. The fruit is beginning to appear. If this feels like the word your heart has been waiting to hear, comment, tutu. That is your act of trust. Look around you. The shift is already happening. Do not be surprised when people who once overlooked you start watching you. Do not be shocked when doors open without explanation. This is not luck. It is legacy. I am fulfilling what I started. This is where your name begins to carry new weight, not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. You are marked, you are sealed, and what is coming next will not require striving. It will require surrender. Let me lead. Let me unfold what I have written. God says, keep walking. You are almost there. This inheritance is not just a promise you read about. It is something you are going to live. Every day from this moment forward is part of the fulfillment. You are not stepping into a blessing that will fade or disappear. You are stepping into a shift that will mark the rest of your life. You may not see it all yet, but it is already in motion. And I, the Lord, am the one holding it in place. If you have been holding on by a thread, I want you to comment 333 right now. That is your act of faith, not desperation. You do not need to perform for this. You do not need to beg for this. I am not holding this inheritance above you, forcing you to jump to reach it. I am placing it in your hands because you have already passed through the fire. You have already proven your heart, and even when you did not feel strong, your faith still whispered my name, and that whisper moved heaven. This is what I have been preparing you for. Every disappointment that broke you down was building you up for this moment. Every rejection made space for the right connections. Every delay was divine. You thought I was withholding, but I was protecting, guarding what is yours until it was safe to give. And now I say to you, receive it. This is not a word to make you feel better for a moment. This is a word that will follow you, guide you, strengthen you. You will remember it when the doors open. You will remember it when peace floods your spirit for no reason. You will remember it when people start to ask how everything shifted so suddenly, and you will say God did it. Not because it makes sense, not because you earned it, but because I am a Father who keeps His word. Comment Amen if you have already started seeing little signs of this shift. This inheritance will quiet the voices that said it would never happen for you. It will silence the fears that told you you are too late, too broken, too unqualified. I am the one who qualifies. I am the one who restores. And I say your name is still written in the story. The chapter has not been torn out. It has been turned. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financial freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret will not stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it is permanently deleted. I have been waiting for this moment too, watching you grow through the battles, seeing you rise even when you were wounded. I never turned away. I have been near, closer than your breath. This is more than a blessing. This is the alignment of heaven's purpose in your life. And it is going to touch everything: your relationships, your health, your calling, your home, your mind. Nothing will remain untouched because I am not doing a partial work. I am doing a complete one. I know the enemy tried to convince you it was too late, that everyone else got there first, that the door was closed. But I hold the keys. I open doors no man can shut. And I am opening one for you now, a door into peace, into rest, into clarity, into freedom. This is your season of divine reset. If you need a reset in any area of your life, comment 555 as a way to mark it. Your value has never decreased, even when life tried to crush you, even when people walked away, even when you started to doubt your own worth. I still saw you the same. I still loved you the same. You are still my child, and now I am proving it. You will see favor where there was once resistance. You will see healing where there was once heaviness. You will hear my voice again where there was once silence, and you will know I was always with you. I want you to get ready, because this inheritance will not only change your life, it will bless others through you. You are not just a receiver, you are a carrier. What I am pouring into your life will overflow. People around you will be touched, not by what you say, but by what they see me doing through you. You are my light. You are my vessel. You are my evidence. So walk in it. Stand tall. Do not doubt what you are receiving. God says the atmosphere around you is shifting. Whether you feel it yet or not, the spiritual climate over your life is no longer the same. The letter has been opened. The seal has been broken. The chains that once wrapped around your promise have fallen. You are walking in territory that the enemy thought he could keep from you. But I have declared otherwise. I have said this belongs to you, not because of who you are in the world's eyes, but because of who you are in mine. If you feel something breaking open in your spirit, comment 11. That number is no accident. It is divine alignment. You were never meant to live small. You were never meant to survive day to day in fear, shame, or confusion. You were born with greatness in you, not the kind that the world measures by fame or power, but the kind that shakes darkness just by walking into a room. You carry light. You carry authority. And now I am unlocking the fullness of that within you. No more delays. No more wondering if you missed your moment. Your moment is now. I want you to hear me clearly. What you have lost will not compare to what I am bringing. You have mourned. Yes, you have let go of things you thought you could not live without. You have said goodbye to people you never imagined life without. But I was never trying to leave you empty. I was clearing space. I was making room for the real thing, the lasting thing, the God-ordained thing. This inheritance is part of that. It is not temporary. It is not shallow. It does not come with conditions or fear of being taken away. What I give, I do not snatch back in anger. I am not man. I am not fickle. My gifts are good. My promises are sure. And what I have written into your life, no one, not even you, can undo. Let me affirm you again. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are right where you are supposed to be. Even when you felt forgotten, you were being led. Even when you felt overlooked, you were being hidden for protection. Even when doors slammed in your face, I was closing what would have stolen your future. You have been walking a tightrope of trust, not seeing what is ahead, but holding on to my voice. And now I say, look again. The fog is lifting. The light is breaking through. You are about to see clearly. This inheritance is a turning point, not just a gift, but a shift, a full circle moment where what was broken is healed, what was taken is returned, and what was promised is fulfilled. I am not just fixing what was broken, I am making it better than before. If that word touches something deep in you, comment, Amen. Do not hesitate, do not hold back, let your spirit agree. Your healing is not a maybe, it is in motion. Your breakthrough is not a possibility, it is coming into view. Your purpose is not a mystery, I am revealing it, and it all begins now. Even your enemies will be confused. They will not understand how the same person who was struggling yesterday is walking in favor today, but they will not be able to deny it, because what I am about to do in your life will not be small. It will not be silent, it will not be hidden, it will be public, and it will be undeniable. You will not need to defend yourself. You will not need to explain how it happened. You will simply say, God did it. This is the fruit of faith, the reward of resilience, the beauty of surrender, and I am not finished because the inheritance is not just a moment, it is a lifestyle. You are moving from hoping for miracles to living in them, from praying for peace to waking up in it, from fighting for purpose to flowing in it. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you do not? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. This is what I had in mind all along. Your scars tell the story, but your glory tells the outcome, and you are stepping into the outcome now. Comment 777. If you feel that this word is confirming what your heart has known all along. Let this be the moment you draw a line and say, that was the old me, this is who I am now. Not because of performance, not because of perfection, but because of my promise. I am for you, I have always been for you. God says, I am still speaking, and you are still receiving. You did not miss the most important part. In fact, what is coming next will confirm everything you felt deep in your spirit but could not explain. The enemy tried to shut you down before this moment. He tried to bury you under shame, silence, fear, and distraction. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still believing. That is why this inheritance is not only timely, it is holy. It is a reward for your faithfulness, yes, but more than that, it is a response to your endurance. If you have ever fought battles no one knew about, just quietly comment, Amen. That is your way of saying, I am still here, God. The letter you are holding is not the end of something, it is the unlocking of something greater. You thought you were forgotten, but heaven never lost track of your address. Every time you asked, when will it be my turn, the angels marked your name. And now it is your turn, not to try harder, not to earn more, but to receive what was already yours all along. You are not borrowing this inheritance. You are not renting it. It is yours, purchased in blood, sealed in grace, delivered in perfect timing. Let this truth anchor you. This inheritance was written for you before you ever had the strength to ask for it, before you learned how to pray, before you ever felt His presence. You were chosen before you were formed, and chosen things do not need to compete for space. What is yours will never fit someone else's hands, so stop comparing. Stop doubting. You did not miss it. You are right on time. Comment 10 if you feel the weight of that truth pressing into your heart right now. There are people who saw you fall and assumed you would not rise, but they did not know who was holding you. They did not see the hand beneath you that never let go. You are still here, not because of your own strength, but because I carried you. I covered you. I called you forward even when you could not see your way, and now you are stepping into what they said you would never have. Not for revenge, not for validation, but for testimony, so others can see what it looks like when God rewrites a story. You have been through fire. You have been through wilderness, you have been through silence, and now you are coming out with something far more valuable than just things. You are coming out with wisdom, with power, with presence, with anointing that cannot be manufactured. That is what this inheritance holds. There is a shift happening in the way you see yourself. No more second-guessing your value, no more questioning your worth. I did not send my son to die for you so you could live in insecurity. You are my child. That is all the validation you will ever need. I see you, I know you, I love you fully, and I am not done pouring. What you have received so far is just the beginning. There is more to come, more clarity, more doors, more healing, more joy. I am not stopping until every area of your life aligns with my goodness. If you are ready for that full alignment, comment 999. Let it be your yes. Watch how things begin to move around you, suddenly, quickly, and peacefully. The things that once kept you up at night will no longer have a grip on you. The fear that once paralyzed you will lose its power because you will finally understand who you are and whose you are. The blessings coming to you now will not require you to shrink or settle. You will not have to explain why. You will not have to defend the favor. It will speak for itself because I will speak through it. You will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. You will stand in places that once seemed too far out of reach. You will feel peace where you once only knew pressure, because that is what my presence brings. I do not just change your situation. I change you. I make you new. I make you strong. I make you whole. You have been waiting on me, but I have also been waiting on you to believe again, to hope again. God says, there is still more I am giving you. What you have received so far is only a glimpse of what is coming. I do not just pour blessings, I establish foundations. I do not just deliver breakthroughs, I build futures. And this inheritance I have written for you is not just for your relief, it is for your release. You are stepping into something that generations before you prayed for but never saw. You are becoming the answer to a cry that started long before you were born. If you believe that what you carry will bless more than just you, comment 1515.